squad. We weren't able to do that today, so very disappointed with the batting performance once.
You must be unhappy with this shot selection, especially of Narsing, Dana Ryan, Danish Ramlin.
Well, yeah, I think you look at a lot of our dismissals, not just today, but over the course of the series, and shot selection has been an issue, you know. Sort of talk to people about it, sort of do work in the nets around shot selection, we have discussions about it and stuff, but at the end of the day, the players go out in the middle and they're the ones that you expect to execute and execute well, you know, and that's been a massive sort of cause for concern for us and something that I suppose we'll have to look at very carefully going forward.
How did that last minute team change affect the psyche of the team today?
Look, it's always disruptive to have something like that happen, you know. Obviously, with the player going down just before the start of the game and stuff like that, you know. But I didn't think it affected us too much. I thought we still went out with the wicket, with a good wicket to bat on. So I don't think anybody can say they were, you know, they lost focus because of what happened. And these things happen in sport. I suppose you have to be tough and you have to be able to do this.
How is he, by the way?
Well, look, he's got a neck problem, so his neck was going into spasm, and you know, I'm sure he'll be okay, but obviously he wasn't okay enough to play today, so that's disappointing for him and for us.
Did he always want to bat first and win it toss, or his absence, that's one fast ball at the ground at the time, he's also spun?
No, I think we always intended if we wanted to toss the bat first, you know. We got to win the game, we got to put runs on the board, you know. The wicket looks dry, the wicket looks like we'll break up and spin for our spinners. Our spinners have been our key, and if we could get runs on the board and the spinners bowling in the last innings with with South Africa having to chase anything sort of above 200, then actually we feel like we've got a chance in the game still.
Dwayne Bravo struggling with his short ball, not just him alone. What's going on with our batsmen? We usually rely on to be able to play pace.
Well, I suppose you can say that, you know, but it's not since, I believe, the great West Indies team that we've seen a team with three bowlers capable of 90 mile an hour bowling that sort of hostile, and you know, talking to I'm not in the region, so I don't know, but talking to the guys playing first class cricket in the region, they don't see that sort of bowling in first class cricket, so obviously when you see it in test cricket, it's a challenge, and it's something that we will have to look at, you know. We both watch the same game, so we've seen Dwayne taking his eyes off the ball quite a bit. I wouldn't say, you know, something was mentioned that our guys are scared. I don't think it's anything to do with being scared. I think it's just a little bit of a technical issue. People have to watch the ball a little bit more carefully, you know. But the bowling is hostile, and therefore, you know, people have to be able to deal with it.
You had to spend some time in South Africa. What do you bring to the table from that in dealing with this team?
Well, I know the one thing we know about South Africa is you know, especially when they've got their noses in front, they're a relentless team. You know, they're going to come at you and they're hard team to beat. You know, a lot of the best teams in the world struggle to beat South Africa. We're far from being one of the best teams in the world, so we always knew that it was going to be a challenge to beat South Africa. So we had to play above ourselves at the moment to where we are at the moment, and we haven't been able to reach that level consistently enough. We've done it in some kicks, we played brilliantly in some kicks, I thought, but we've just not been able to reach that level consistently enough. So, but you know, the game is still, this is the first ever 5-day game. We've got our 200 on the 230 out on the board, and we've got 2 wickets today. You know, so there's still a lot of cricket to be played over the next 4 days.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you rate the performance today?
Look, at best we were about 4 or 5, you know, at best. I'm not going to stand here and lie to you. We didn't perform well again with the bat. We bowled okay. You know, young Best making his debut. He was a bag of nerves when he went out. You know, he bowled a few balls and I tried to have a chat with him and calm him down, but he was a bag of nerves. You know, but hopefully tomorrow he would have got over his first day in Test cricket. He will come back tomorrow and he will show us a little bit of what he can do and show us the reason why we think so highly of him to put him in our high performance centre.
What would be your reaction to the small crowds who have been coming out to watch the West Indies series?
Well, I just think it's a reflection of the cricket that we're playing. You know, you can't. West Indies crowds over the years have you know, we're brought up on fantastic cricket and fantastic cricketers playing good cricket and winning. And obviously, everybody wants to see teams winning, and we're not in a position to win at present. And I suppose that's the reason why the crowds have been so poor. You know, here in Barbados, obviously we've got crop and all that stuff going on as well. So people have options other than to come and sit and watch the cricket. So they're obviously taking those options. But I still believe, and that's the reason why I'm here. I still believe that we will turn things around and we will get the crowd back in the stands. We've seen it in the one-day series when we've won or when we've played well. That the next day there's some people in the crowd. You know, in Guyana and in Dominica, the stands were full. So, but we have to. I believe we have to draw the crowds back by the way we perform on the field, the way we carry ourselves around the ground, the way we go and fight, and the crowds can see us fighting and trying to move from the position that we're in at the moment, where we're languishing somewhere down the bottom of the ICC ranking. If the crowd can see us fighting, I'm sure that the crowds will still want to come and get behind us again.
Okay. Realistically, what do you think you need to get the South Africans out for to have a reasonable stab at the test?
Look, it's a good question. I think, you know, if we can limit them to, if we can bowl them out for less than we got,
I said, yeah.
You know, realistically, if we can keep them to 400.
Okay. We have a reasonable stab
to bat. Again, I think we will bat better second innings.
So how much do you think you would say we fell short today? I mean, like 100 runs maybe?
Well, every time you bat first innings, you look to put 400 on the board. You know, so if you put 400 on the board first innings, you sort of have some control in the game. You know, and the wicket, like I said before, the wicket was a good wicket. So there's no reason why we shouldn't have made 400 in our first innings. But we batted 40 today.
And the wicket is, according to a pretty decent test wicket.
Good wicket, yeah. It looks a good wicket. The wicket, there's obviously some pace in it. We saw some hostile bowling. A spinner came in and got 3 wickets as well, so there was a little bit of turn and bounce and whatever, but not a lot.
And you don't see it drastically changing over like the next couple of days or something?
Not yet. Maybe in the last innings when we've got our 220 lead and they have to bat on it. So I'm done now.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the